I hoped we were gonna make it. He promised we would find the time, dreaming for eternity, creating perfect memories. Yeah, we hoped we were gonna make it. Little did I know that time would take us to a place where love could grow, but in a different way. Bigger than they'd say. Now looking at you keep me going back to those days, capable of keeping track of how many nights could pass. Cheap hotels and driving fast, and the radio playing our soundtrack. Broken love.
Good morning everyone, welcome to my next video. I have come up to just above Elgin to see something, and then I'm off over to Findhorn for the night to stop at a very new CAMPRA Aire that's only opened in July. Hopefully I can find out where it is. It's right by the marina, so I shouldn't get too lost. I've got instructions on how to get there, so I'm going to go and see what's called Spynie Palace before. I've got tickets to go. He's in a nice shady spot, so he's going to stop in the van, but I'm going to give us both a pee break first, and then I'm going to go in and have a look around. As you can see, it's pretty windy here today, but it's very sunny. It's supposed to be about 20 degrees and sunny in Findhorn. I think quite high wind gusts up to the 40s. So I'm going to go see if we can find a shop, because I forgot to bring milk. I just realised that I was most of the way here. So I found a shop, a girl picked up after I've seen Spynie Palace, which looks pretty interesting. So park behind me, where I am there. Walk up this track so far. I think disabled parking's up here as well, so obviously it is accessible to a point. I'm still not completely better. I still feel absolutely exhausted. I don't know what it is I've had, but I've just been sleeping absolutely loads. I've worked all week, but yeah, it's not been good. As you can see, the storms caused quite a lot of debris. The road that I come up over, I had to avoid quite a lot of trees that were nearly in the road, and the van hit one, like a big branch. It looks alright, I've had a quick look. But yeah, it was so far out into the road. I was doing 50 miles an hour. There was a van coming in the opposite direction, I couldn't avoid it. So I think it scratched the roof a little bit. Okay, this is Spynie Palace. So I have a nice little story attached to it, well, a couple of stories. It was £7.50 online to get in. I think it's £8 on the day. Noticeably, I am avoiding this circle because I am a little bit superstitious about fairy circles, so I'm not stepping in any circles that are on the floor. I'm just reading the little information board, and it says the three bishops who were responsible for the major building works at Spynie have their coat of arms carved over the south face of David's Tower, which is this. You could just see him above the window there. That's still in really good condition actually. And from this it looks like it was 1206 when it first started being recorded, up until 1573. It was actually really easy to get here. It's pretty much off the main road, down a little tarmac road, and then the car park's fairly large. There is a passing place on the little road to come in as well. I'm inside David's Tower, which the ghost story I'm going to tell you about is attached to. Named after Bishop David Stewart from 1462 to 76. Because the mighty tower house is one of the largest in Scotland. This is another one of those places where you can actually go up the tower. I'm on my way up, carefully, because I'm on my own today. No Brian to rescue me if I fall over. Not much in here. There is a bit of a view outside. Have a look through the thingy-majigs. Carrying on up this staircase. I hate these spiral staircases. So kind of on the middle level here, you can clearly see where the floors were on the tower, going all the way up. And there was more up there, clearly. It's all fallen down though. That's pretty high. There's still another level to go yet though. It's cool. Definitely worth £7.50 to me anyway. It's easy when you're on your own, it's obviously a lot less money. But then again, you only earn one wage. I just started off down a little secret corridor. It was a bit spooky down there. There's a few people behind me in here. And just down there, I think it might be a school trip, so I'm heading a bit further up to get away from the noise. Okay, we're at the view point. So you have to go through this door, which you keep closed, clearly so all the animals don't come through, and the birds. And the steps go even further up in a minute. Put my shades on, it's sunny up here. Spynie Palace was once on a sea lock, which was about 5 miles long, way back in the day, but clearly it's not here anymore. That is the only bit of water I can see, obviously, until I get to Findhorn. Clearly made for very small people, because I don't even have to duck. Look. So I'm about 5'5". Anybody a bit taller will be banging their head. I'm right on the top, look. The view is absolutely amazing over here. Wow, I love it. It's starting to get a little bit busy in the tower now, so I might go out and film some of the outside bits. It's just, what time is it? 25 to 12, so it's obviously the time that people start coming and visiting things. I like to come early when there's no people. And that's why I decided to come and do a ruin. And I said I wasn't doing any more castles, but seemingly the ones with the pretty gardens and the ones with all the stuff inside is the ones that attract the visitors. So ruins like this tend to be a little bit quieter. Back outside it's a little bit quieter. Everybody just seems to head straight for the tower, which is why I did, because I was the first one here. The guy was just unlocking the door. So there is some tree felling going on over here, which you probably hear the chainsaw. Quite a lot of trees have come down, so they're obviously trying to make it as safe as possible for the visitors. I've seen two of the guys walking around, like obviously checking all the branches and stuff, because it's still very windy today. It's a pretty big place in its heyday, and it's taking a while to walk around. And it's still like only just come out the tower and come around the corner. I'm not worried about Doug today because of the breeze, and I've left the windows cracked, so, and I'm under a tree. Well, I am a bit worried about being under the tree with the I'm always worried about something. I'm wondering if you can get up here. Let's go and have a look. I ran in quick because there were wasps outside. Wasps are bad this year up here. Oh, can't go any further than this. Look. I wonder if I can get up and look over here. Ugh. Not much to see. Not the best steps for clumsy Susie feet either. I found a door. I went past it because I was busy running away from the wasps. But I'm in a tower. Look. It's got a roof on it. There's another door up there, but you can't open that one. Shame to feel like they have to put bars on the windows, isn't it? There you go, Brian. Door to the latrines. Well, that's where the toilets would have been, down there somewhere. Oh, there's a big huge hole down there, that's where all the muck would have gone. There we go, this is the passage to Watergate, which would have given access to Spynie Lock, which was the big sea lock that used to be here, that is now no longer here, which I found really strange. I think I'm going to go and have a look outside this door. Nope, no water there. I'm now standing in what would have been the Great Hall, where they would have held all the fancy banquets. And one of the bishops, which I will tell you about, was renowned for his lavish lifestyle, shall we say. And the well, which would have been at the end of the hall. I think I've done everything other than the little bits over that way. I'll go back and find my boy, and then we're going to go and find some milk because I'm desperate for a cup of tea. I have to say I'm kind of glad other people were here, because with the wind whistling through the tower, and if the sun wasn't out, it would be a really eerie place to be, and I can kind of understand why there's ghost stories attached to it. For more than 500 years, Spynie Palace was the seat of the bishops of Moray. During that period, the palace stood on the edge of Spynie Lock, a sea lock with safe anchorage for fishing boats and merchant vessels. Today, nothing remains of the sea lock, and the palace is but a rather formidable looking ruin. There are some old stories of some of the bishops being in league with the devil, and that each All Hallows Eve witches could be seen flying to the palace. As with a lot of old buildings in Scotland, the palace is also rumoured to be haunted. One of the more bizarre stories in relation to ghostly goings-on is as late as 2011. The local paper for Elgin, the Northern Scot, reported on a story where there was an encounter with the spirit of a lion. A group exploring apparently lost track of one of their number. This member of the group appeared with scratches and bruises and a wild tale of being mauled by the spirit of a lion. Allegedly, one of the bishops of the past did keep a lion as a pet, and there have been reports of large paw prints found within the grounds. Bishop Patrick Hepburn was the last Catholic bishop to be based here. There are rumours that he studied and dabbled in the black arts, and he used his powers to summon demons and other spirits to do his bidding. However, this was during the time of the Reformation, when extreme accusations were used to blacken the names of people within the Catholic faith. This was also around about the time when the Scottish witch trials had begun. There was also ample evidence that the bishop lived a very lavish lifestyle and was an active womaniser, fathering at least 13 illegitimate children. As a result, he was deprived of his ecclesiastical titles for the last 2 years of his life. He held out at Spynie and died 20th of June 1573. After his death, he was seemingly as reluctant to leave Spynie as he was in life, and his ghost is said now to haunt the palace grounds. I'm on my way back to the van, and my little man is getting busier and busier over there, so I'm glad I came early, got my butt up early and came. So now I need to go and find some milk. The nice man in the hut's just told me that there is a shop in Findhorn, and there is a shop on my way out, and there is also something else that I might go and see. I'll see if I've got enough energy. I might do it tomorrow. I'm just trying to rest as much as possible, get rid of whatever I've got. A few of these places I can visit, so I've obviously done Elgin Cathedral, Barviny Castle, but there's Hunter Castle and Kildrummy Castle I can still do. There's quite a lot, look. I'm taking note of some of them. I've done Ruthven and Bewley Priory and Clavercairns and Corrimony Cairn. Quickly making my way through all of them, I think. He's bothered, isn't he? Look at him. First time ever when I've been driving, I've come to a train crossing and I've been stopped. I don't know where the train is. I wasn't trying to make it through the lights like some stupid people doing, getting stuck, so I'm just sitting there waiting. He, however, is rather impatient. I think I might take him round the Abbey with me. I think he's a little bit bored of being in the van. There it is. There's the train. It's on its way. There she goes. I'm here. There is no car park, so the van is just dumped on the grass there. Let's go in and have a look. Okay, here we are. Kinloss Abbey, which you can see just over there. It says one of the most northerly yet influential monasteries in Scotland, founded in 1150 for the Cistercian order, maintained powerful religious and secular control over parts of the northeast of Scotland for over 400 years. Let's go and have a look inside. He's busy dragging me along. I think he's been bored of sitting in the van. It is in the middle of a graveyard, so Brian won't like it because you have to walk over graves to get to it. There we go, there's some of it. Some more over there. It's pretty cool actually that they've just left it in the middle of the graveyard. I like it. So you can't go in because it is locked, but you can just about see the altar over there. I think that's what that would have been. It says here the Cistercians observance followed the rule of St. Benedict, insisting on plain clothing, 2 simple meals a day, and austerity in church furnishings in places far from the concourse of men. So basically they copied manuscripts, they fished, they cultivated crops, looked after animals, music and art, drink and hospitality, and building of the abbey. Doug's going in his own direction again. Where are you going? When you think about it, it's amazing the amount of time that these walls have stood and still here. There are also Commonwealth war graves here that some people are interested in. Not me, I'm not very interested in war. I prefer peace rather than war. So let's go back to the van, mister. You're being a pest. You're being a pest. Go find some milk. Go find our our air. It's in the marina, so I'm hoping I don't get lost in a boatyard somewhere, but we shall see. I'm here. I did get a little bit lost. I stopped at the restaurant, but basically you come through the boatyard and then you're in the little bay here. They've got 5 spaces for campers and motorhomes. It does say you've got to leave a 3 metre distance between each, but the van at the end is parked sideways, so you can't park there. So I'm kind of in the middle of these 2 motorhomes, probably only about 2 metre distance between each of us, but unless they come and make us move, they're all plugged in, I'm not. So it doesn't really matter to me. I've made food and a cuppa finally. So out your front you've obviously got view of the water and the marina, but behind you it is a boatyard, just to warn you. The Captain's Table restaurant is just over there. I'll take you for a little walk around in a minute. I'm just going to eat first because I'm absolutely starving and I'm gasping for a brew. It would have been nice to park the other way with my tailgate opening towards the water, but we're on a proper downward tip and I can't sleep with my head above my feet. And I always sleep with my head towards the rear tailgate. It's just because the pillows don't fall off the end then. So yeah, I'm facing the other way. I'm debating whether to have a nap or go for a walk. I shouldn't be lazy really and go for a walk, but whatever this is that I've got, I'm still getting over it. It's been a week and I've been in bed early every night apart from when I've been on the walk round. I'm just absolutely knackered. I don't know what I was yawning my head off on the way here, and that's not usual when I'm driving. I usually like to sing to myself and stroke dog and look at my surroundings, but I just wanted to get here and go to sleep. See how I feel after I've had my brew. Okay, I've decided to come out. So you hook up there, I'm parked here. Your way out is over here towards the restaurant. So basically you come through the gate there and then you're going over there by the fence. Doesn't look like you're supposed to be going anywhere, but you are. I'm still poorly, I'm still coughing, I'm still snotty, but I need to get out of the van, otherwise I'm just going to sleep. Just on your way out on the right you've got the Captain's Table restaurant and the Captain's Parlour, which is ice cream, which I might go to a bit, see how I feel when I come back. And just to your left over there is the big motorhome stop over there. That's got 16 spaces. That one's a little bit more expensive. It's £18 a night with no electric. This one's £15 no electric and then £3 extra for electric, but they have only got 5 spaces on this little there. There's a Himalayan exhibition in here, so I'm just going to go and have a quick look. Couldn't really record much in there because I played music really loudly. Got some nice stuff like jumpers and things like that, but 65 quid when you're trying to save up's a lot of money, so no to jumpers. Pretty little place, I've got no idea where I've never been before. This place may be an option if I can't be bothered cooking. This says dogs welcome. It's only like a 5-minute walk for dog, so you do it. Even though I'm trying to save money, so I probably shouldn't spend money on food. I've just been to the bakehouse market, which is all natural ingredients that they bake with, so it's quite expensive. £3.50. I've got myself a chocolate and almond brownie. It looks well good, but yeah, it was £3.50. Now I've got some milk, so I can have that with another cup of tea. It does look nice. It smells nice in there. That's what kind of drew me, and I was like, it smells good over here, so I just carried on walking and I found it. I think one of the reasons that I too tend to come up this way quite a lot is because the weather's always better. I know the west is beautiful, but it rains a lot. And when it's raining in Glenmore, I want to escape the rain and go to the sunshine, so that's what I've been doing. So I've come into the Heritage Centre, which is Findhorn Ice House. It's by donation. It's basically about the fishing over the centuries. It's quite interesting. It's about commercial salmon fishing, and then you obviously have to go through here. Even I have to duck. Look. This is the largest chamber of the ice house. Just a nice little thing to go in and have a moochie around. So historically, during the severe winter months, large big pieces of ice used to come down the River Findhorn. When the tide ebbed, it stayed stranded on the shore, which was gathered by the fishermen. They were assisted by farm workers, and they used to shovel it all into here, which used to be full of ice. That's a lot of ice. It used to come through the hatches up there. It used to last for so long that they used it to pack the salmon for market. It's really good. It says clearly winters, obviously them are much, much harsher. I wish they were. It's a cool little thing to go and see. It is free, it's just by donation, so I just put a couple of quid in the donation box. Right, I'm going to go back, possibly have a nap because I feel absolutely knackered. There's another Weatherstone with a coup made out of chains. That's really cool. I like that. If you're worried about getting here, so basically you follow the sign for the captain's table, you ignore the motorhome Aire on your right hand side, which is where my sat nav tried to take me. Just carry on driving into the restaurant, go through the boatyard and bear left, and you'll see the fence running along. Basically park along the fence line. You have to pre-book it online. It's called Captain's Campers. As you can see, the road needs a little bit of work. I came down here very slowly. You ignore this little gate which is on your right, just go straight through there towards where that house is, and then if you look left you'll see the Aire just on your left hand side down there. If you wanted to go to the restaurant, the ice cream parlour is just down that side there. Basically come into the boatyard where all these storage containers are. It looks like you're not supposed to be going here, but you are. Then as you come around facing the house and look left, that's where the Aire is, just there. Back with my little man. Hello, hello little man. You okay? So I'm going to snuggle up with him and have a bit of a nap, I think. I'm awake. Just about. Made myself a cup of tea. I'm going to eat my cake. Me and Doug had a nice little nap. And we're mate. He's not ready to get up yet neither. It's still very windy outside. I'm waiting for it to drop a little bit and then I want to go for a walk up the beach, but there's no point while it's blowing a gale. It's just, as you can see, it's made my face all pink. Maybe that's because I was just snuggled up with the dog for ages and it is quite warm. So I'm going to have my cake. I'll show you my cake, it looks really good. That's why Doug's awake and looking at me. Look at that. That's a big piece of cake. Chocolate and almond, apparently. All natural products. Not organic products it's made from. Look at him. You can't have chocolate. Bad for doggies. I've scoffed a lot. That was amazing. That's got to have been one of the best cakes I've ever eaten. It was so good. It wasn't too rich, wasn't too dense. It was just absolutely perfect. That was yummy. I probably won't want any tea now. Just a minute away, you've got this beach. How beautiful is that? So we're going to see if we can let him off for a little run. There he goes, happy little boy. Back on the beach. Are you on the beach? Good boy. Good boy. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. Back on Lead Prison. He's on his way over there to that dog. Little shit. Can't be trusted. Come on. It's found a big shell. That is a big shell. Look at the size of that one. That's huge. You're digging it up. What's it? Just a little bit up the beach, you've got all the pretty coloured huts. I love those. They're so pretty. He's tired and windswept, so we're going back to the van. Come on, let's go that way, that way, that way. Come on. I had a look at the captain's table menu and it's £17 for fish and chips. So Aldi, pasta bake it is. Tea and pot's washed. I'm having a cider. Don't know if you've tried these from Aldi, but they are so nice. Raspberry, wild strawberry and elderflower. It's like drinking fruit juice. It's really good. I've only seen them come out very recently, so it's like it must be a summer thing. Trying to get the motivation to download some of this footage and start editing it, but I feel like doing what he's doing. Look at him. He's tired after his run on the beach. I'll see what the weather's like in the morning and maybe take him back down if the tide's out. I think I'm going to go and see a couple of things on my way back, but I have to be back for early afternoon because I've got some fire training to do. So let's get my butt up early, so I better get to bed early sort of thing, because I am shattered and I reckon if I went to bed late I would sleep in. So I'm going to do a bit of editing and then I'm getting my jammies on and I'm going to bed. So I'll sign out from here and I'll see you in the morning. Good morning. It's raining. Well, it was raining a minute ago. So I'll make a cup of and then I'll walk him. And then I'll see what the weather's like to go and see. I would like to see a couple of things on my way out. But I'll see. I'm not going out. I'm checking around if it's absolutely peeing down. Just start keeping an eye on the weather. I wasn't expecting it to rain. I heard it last night. I was in bed quite early. I like listening to it on the van actually. It's quite nice, but not when you want to go outside and do things. I made himself a cuppa. I am not hungry, so I'm not making any toast. I did bring the Ridge Monkey and some bread. Well, I'm not very hungry at the minute, so just a cup of tea it is. When I get dressed, I'll take him for a walk. Oh look, the sun's coming out. Just about. It looks pretty. It looks like it's going to be a bit of a grey day up here though, possibly. And then I'll get myself packed up and get on the road and see if I can go and see the couple of things I want to see on the way out. Get back to site, get unpacked and get ready for this fire training. The weather has picked up a little bit, as you can see. It's still quite windy here, so I'm going to try and see a couple of things on my way back and then I'm headed back to site. He's had a little tootle on the beach, so he's happy boy. Time to start driving. I'm at my first site and I think I might park here and walk down to the second thing with him. So there it is, you can just see it. It's called Sueno stone and it's apparently really intricately carved and depicts the royal inauguration. But where I want to go, don't think there's any parking, and I'm going to have a look how far it is, see if I can take him with me because it's quite warm already. Apparently it refers to, they think it refers to when the Vikings invaded on the Picts, and in 1866 the Vikings raided and took Pictish hostages, and then in 1966 and then 903 the Viking leader was killed, and that's what they think that the stone depicts. So it's 7 foot tall. It's a lot bigger than the other one I went to. It's still very, very windy up here. It's called Sueno's stone. And you can park just there. It's only a little tiny car park. Oh wow, look at all the big cross on it, that's cool. It was believed that the stone lay underground for centuries and then was re-erected in the 1700s, but it's marked at a spot on this map from about 1590, so it's been here all that time. All this suggests Sueno stone is still standing in its original location after more than 1,000 years. That's mental. 1,000 years! So the big cross, the shaft background of this huge cross are carpeted with 2 interlaced designs, so you can see along the sides it's got interlaced designs. The sides of the stone are decorated with vine scroll inhabited by human figures on the north side and mermen. Vine scroll appears widely in Christian art, symbolising the wine taken during Mass. Me and he are going to take a 6-minute walk in this direction to see the other thing, and then we're going to head off back to site. Just outside the police station in Forres is this, the Witch's Stone. So it's to commemorate the burning of the witches basically, which happened in Scotland all that time ago, which was really bad. Apparently this boulder here, you can see, was taken and put into somebody's property, and then it cracked into smaller pieces and a fever came over the whole household, so that's probably why it is here just outside the police station. But you can see people have left little memorable pebbles and things. So we're going to set off back to the van and get our toes to the site. I wanted to see the Witch's Stone. There's another one I want to see, one for Isabel Gowdy in Oldham, but I've not quite made it over there yet. I will eventually. I'm home. I've done my fire training, had a shower, Doug is knackered. Look at him. Bless him. Absolutely pooped. So I'm going to sign this video out, and I'll say thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed Findhorn as much as me and him did. And I'll see you all in the next one. See you later.